I started this year talking about Laowa's Nanomorph zooms, and I'll end it by talking about their large format nanomorphs. These are the newest addition to Laowa's lineup, and they have all the good stuff we saw in the nanomorphs, but are now capable of covering more sensor area. I filmed this talking head with the 42mm on full frame open gate, and you're seeing an aspect ratio of 2.25 to 1 using the whole picture. This is a 4-lens set with the focal lengths of 32, 42, 55, and 85mm with 1.5 times squeeze, featuring a 44.71mm image circle capable of covering the Alexa LF 4.5K open gate. For peasants like me that don't memorize all possible sensor sizes, that is just marginally bigger than your usual full frame open gate sensor. The lenses come in PL mount with an interchangeable EF mount, as well as all mirrorless mounts, but EF is the real challenge. Again, they feature the focus adjustment ring behind the iris ring for adjusting back focus, with the lens mounted on a camera, so you can judge the best performance. I really like this FA ring. Maximum aperture is a constant T2.9 through the set, with 13 blades for smooth ovals. Minimum focus varies from lens to lens, starting at 49 centimeters or 1'7" on the 32mm, 50 centimeters or 1'8" on the 42mm, 55 centimeters or 1'10" on the 55mm, and 1 meter or 3'3" for the 85mm, which is a big jump. The lenses have focus scales on both metric and imperial, so no one ever gets lost. And focus throw is 270 degrees long, giving you precision while rack focusing. The lenses feature 77mm front threads and 80mm outer diameter for clip-on matte boxes and filters. They're not all exactly the same size, but all focus and iris rings match placement from the mount, so you never have to touch your motors while swapping lenses. Speaking of swapping lenses, for full-frame anamorphics, these are impressively small and light, with the 85mm being the lightest at 920 grams or 2 pounds, and the 32mm being the heaviest at 1070 grams or 2.3 pounds. And for good practice, Laowa also includes lens supports for these, which can mount near the front. The large format nanomorphs are out now at the end of 2024, and each individual lens goes for $1,500. You can also get the full set for $5,400, which is a slight discount. They are not cheap, but they're in the same realm as their competition. I even feel the 42mm focal length is a challenge to the Atlas Mercury lineup, both of them being 1.5 times full frame anamorphics. With the fastest aperture of T2.9, I was a bit concerned. T2.9 isn't fast, but these deliver clear pictures. I filmed this episode on the same day I filmed the Sirui 40mm, and both Sirui and Nanomorphs were set to T2.9. The difference in clarity was like night and day. I feel comfortable filming wide open on these lenses, but if you need more depth of field, there is nothing wrong with stopping further down to T4 or even slower. One of the most noticeable things about Laowa's approach to optics is how meticulous they are. These lenses have very even squeeze distribution across the frame, unlike what we're used to seeing on vintage anamorphics or blazars. With this even squeeze across the frame, we also get pretty even ovals from one side to the other. Focus breathing is super controlled and unlike most other budget anamorphics. Just like all other Laowa anamorphics, we have some pincushion distortion, which can be easily reversed in Resolve if you so desire. For flares, You got options. I got the silver version here, but you can also pick amber or blue according to your fancy. These flares are slightly better than the original Nanomorphs, but still feel a bit streak filter instead of the multi-element flares that we all love. I'm having a hard time finding a way to translate how adequate these feel. The rings have the perfect dampening, there are no quirks or weird things to consider, they meet all cinema standards, the engraving is perfectly legible, the fonts aren't cheesy. If I was making serious pictures, these feel like a perfect tool for that. The one thing that you could complain about these is a lack of funk. They are definitely their own category of anamorphics for folks that are more attuned to clarity and cleaner character. Note, I'm not saying clinical, as they don't feel video-y or overly sharp. They feel like the good partner we have all been looking for, but that we have a hard time accepting because we're addicted to red flags and aberrations. What do you think of this assessment? Agree or disagree? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for hanging out, and I hope you learned something useful here today. I'm Chito Verhedings, and I'll see you on the next one. Oh, if I don't see you before then, happy holidays.